Well, howdy there, Internet people. It's Bo again. So today we're going to talk about a class, a debate, and a final exam. Because the United States is at that final exam right now. We've been given a course, a class, in self-governance and how important it is. We've received the class, and now we're at the point of the final exam. There's been a big debate among people of my ideological bent the whole time this is going on, because we're watching with utter fascination. One of the key beliefs is that good ideas don't require force, and that you can lead your life better than somebody in DC or your state capital or whatever. That's one of the core beliefs. And obviously some of the measures, like the lockdowns, they fly in the face of that. And this has been a debate that has even the people that are behind the scenes on this channel have been engaged in. Because the lockdown is force. Good ideas don't generally require force. However, not having the lockdown in place means that people have to go out to go to work, because if they don't, they're going to be thrown out on the street. And that's a type of force. It's coercion. So there's that catch-22, because the system we live in is very different than the ideology we want. So that debate has raged, and you've probably heard me say, we don't need lockdown orders, because you should know enough to do it yourself. We've reached that point. There's a whole bunch of places reopening. There are a whole bunch of places where the government is now saying, yes, it's okay to go out. Is it? People keep saying we want to return to normal. I'm going to go ahead and give you a cheat sheet for the exam. There is no return to normal until we have an effective, reliable, available treatment or vaccine. There's no return to normal until that point. Just because the government opens everything back up doesn't mean it's time to rush out to the mall. You still need to social distance. You still need to limit your exposure. You still need to do all this stuff. The class started when Trump said, one day it'll disappear like a miracle. It'll be gone. And it kind of ended when he admitted that if we keep it under 100,000, that's pretty good. That's where we're at. You have to lead yourself at this point. Yeah, some of you are going to be coerced into going back to work locations that are probably unsafe, where you run a much higher risk of being exposed, because we don't have a system that empowers the individual. We don't have a system with a baseline that allows people the freedom to truly choose without coercion. There is always the implied force, the poverty that can come crashing down at any moment if you don't play by the system's rules. So, with these locations, a lot of them that are opening up, they don't even meet the president's week guidelines. Have 2 weeks of decline. They don't meet that. Some of them are at their peak, and they're reopening. They don't care. Those in DC, those in your state capital, generally do not care about you. You are a number. And what matters is, can they keep the number of lost below the number that is going to impact their reelection? That's it. That's it. Generally speaking, that's all they care about. You have to decide where you're going to be at. Yeah, a lot of people are now going to have to go to work. They have to. They're being forced to. But that doesn't mean that you have to take other risks. You still need to social distance. You still need to limit your exposure. You still need to do what you can to slow the spread. There are going to be losses until there is an effective, available, reliable treatment or vaccine. You have to do what you can to make sure you're not one of them. An educated populace is one of those things that the United States has to develop. A populace with critical thinking skills. If we had that, we wouldn't be so accepting of our senators and representatives bailing out large companies, their friends, every time something goes wrong and leaving everybody at the bottom twisting in the wind. That seems pretty basic. But the American people can't unite behind that because they're too busy playing elephant and donkey. We have to look out for each other. Those of the working class, those who generally get forgotten because we can't afford lobbyists, have to look out for each other. You and me. We have to lead ourselves because we don't have leadership. We have rulers. And they decided that a whole lot of people are acceptable losses. Anyway, it's just a thought. Y'all have a good day.